What is up? What is up, everybody? It's your boy Alex with TV Fortitude back once again. And today we're going to be talking about episode 2 of the I Know What You Did Last Summer TV show. This episode was actually pretty solid to the point that it warranted me making a review of it. So, if you saw the last one, I really liked the opening episode. I thought it was really strong. I thought the party setting was good. The twist they had throughout and the character dynamics were pretty cool. Yeah, it going into the second episode, I realized some problems with that initial first episode. A lot of their twists, their hand is shown. I mean, spoiler alert, heavy spoilers. The sister that we think is like the sister twist, like, oh, Allison is actually Lennon, is actually Allison. aka Allison is now pretending to be Lennon, and Lennon died, not Allison. And they dropped off Lennon's body. And then at the end of the episode, you see Lennon in the cave twitch. So it's very likely she's alive. They showed their hand on that. And then there was some woman watching them. So all this setup they try to do of red herring, it might be a dude. No, it can't be because they already showed that it's likely that woman. If it's not that woman, then it's got to be probably more than two killers. I'm thinking it might be the mom, which seems likely, but so they showed their hand a little bit, which kind of if they showed a couple voyeur shots, I think that might have worked, and from far away a silhouette of someone watching, but even then it then reveals that it's none of the main group. So they showed their hand a little bit, which kind of makes the whole rest of the season in a tough place. So yeah, it's kind of set up in a way where we know it's not going to be any of the main characters, and we know it's not going to be a dude. So I'm not sure how well that worked out in the long term. It's interesting that they had the dad find out, had Allison tell the dad that she's actually Allison and not Lennon. That creates a new interesting dynamic between them and adds more weight to the character of the dad. And him burying the suitcase at the end of the episode. What with the suitcase? Am I supposed to know what this suitcase is? Its relevance? Because I don't. I don't at all. And him having her rewrite the letter that's basically like, Dad, you suck. You suck in every way. Screw you. This is because of you. You never loved me. You only loved Lennon. It's your fault our mom offed herself. That letter was a good move by the dad. I like that a lot. The acting portrayal of these characters, especially the one like influencer dude and the one dude who's like married to the coach, about to marry the coach, I thought that was really solid. And again, spoilers, the coach and him die by the end of the episode. So he was a really strong character. Them killing him off definitely at the end kind of really makes the end of the episode strong. And them all getting a text message from Allison, I thought was kind of cool. That was kind of clever. The Dylan guy, the way they're working with him, the kind of nerd guy, the like super creepy guy, I think it's kind of interesting. They're going to have to do more with him because he didn't get much to do in this episode. I think the current Allison Lennon portrayal is working kind of interesting. And then the one other girl, I forget her name. She has the curly hair and she's kind of like into Lennon, but it's really Allison. It's going to be confusing to talk about that every time. But so she's kind of into her. So their dynamic became interesting, but I don't really know where they're going with that. The graphic effects by the end of the episode with the kills was really cool, and the way they did the kills was cool. But yeah, this is giving me the Scream TV show vibes, and I love the Scream TV show, so it doesn't bother me that much, but it seems like there is so much in common. It's unbelievable. Like, even down to the point of them getting a message from Allison. I mean, that's straight out of Scream, and the kind of clever kills, the different interesting character dynamic. I mean, I don't know how to describe it that well. The like parents kind of their back and forth being with one another, kind of like one person dating a teacher. This one is a lot more like openly sexual than the Scream TV show. Who knows where they'll go with that, but the characters have much more of like a flirty dynamic across the board, and the characters are all a lot more open in that way. So it adds a different element. Excuse me. But it's the Scream TV show again, it's a lot harder to guess the killer. The way they're doing the whodunit in this TV show, I mean, if it's not uh OG Lennon and whoever was watching, so another female character, I'll be shocked. So I don't really know exactly what they're doing here, where it's going to end up, but I thought this one was interesting enough to talk about real quick. So yeah, that's about my thoughts. I am going to be watching the next episode now, but overall, actually, I didn't even mention the lighting that they used in this was pretty solid. The sound design, I liked a lot. The music that they use in it really fits the tone, and I like it a lot. And also, the cinematography, it's nothing to write home about. The script is pretty solid, but there's kind of some weird lines from the dad. I'm trying to think of one particularly, but he also has some of the strongest lines, so it's kind of a weird back and forth. And the direction overall, I found really strong. It is very cohesive, and the editing makes sense. There's some weird stuff for like uh, Allison, aka Lennon, the girl that's still alive, is having these like flashbacks to moments that happened, and they set it up kind of weird. And then she's sitting on the beach with the one dude, and then he's just gone in the next time that they show it, and she's sitting in the same spot. It's like, was she just imagining him? I don't think so, but it's kind of just weird how they set it up. And I don't know, like it worked for me, but it was a little like jarring. Oh, and also the thing with like the one friend just giving her a bunch of drugs and being like just chill out around the house, right? Like that was a ton of pills. Like that was a ton of pills. And Allison just popped all of them. She just popped all of them and went to bed. And first of all, there's something like she's just popping all of them straight up, going to bed, not I don't think she even knew what they were. And also popping all of those at once, like what? Like how low of a dose was that to make her remotely safe? Like what? That was like at least 7 pills. She just I I didn't get that part. Like I said in the first episode, they introduced Kay into the show, which I thought was very like forward thinking for the modern era of drug use. But substance use, I know YouTube is all on these things, so I try to talk around it. Substance use, but the way that they set that up was very weird. I was like, are we sure that this makes it? Like, how low of a dose are we talking? What substance is this? Like, that was such a confusing moment. But I get they were trying to show her now going the extra length to pretend to be Lennon, and I did like the flashbacks in those moments that she was like, "Oh, that's what Lennon did in that first episode, so I'm going to try to act that way." So overall, it was pretty cool. I give it I don't know, 8.6 if I'm being generous. It's a strong episode going into the next season. If I'm being I mean going further into the season, it really set up the rest of the season well as well. Kind of start still doing exposition, starting up character dynamics further, having a strong kill by the end of the episode, really setting us up. The whodunit aspect kind of makes it a bit more complicated, but overall, this is a very strong second episode, and if I'm letting the negatives push it down, 8.2, so nah, I can't do that. We're sticking with an 8.6. It's a strong 8.6 that feels good to me. So I'm going to go into this next episode here. Please let me know your thoughts below. And yeah, I mean, that's about all I got for you. I kind of, at the moment, I recommend watching this show. But then again, I'm a fan of the Scream TV show. So I'm kind of coming in here a little biased because it definitely seems like they're taking a lot of inspiration from that. But yeah, everybody, that's about it. Thank you so much for stopping by. And yeah, definitely, I would love to hear your thoughts below. I would love to have a conversation about this show because I haven't seen much conversation going on about it. So thank you so much. And until next time, this is Alex with TV Fortitude. we're signing off.